Uh, Spider-Man 4, huh? Spider-Man 4. Well, if there was ever a time where this is a possibility and I could say, you know what, this makes sense and they want it to happen, we're at that point. We are
Yep.
absolutely there now. So the big rumor has been that apparently Sony is interested in doing a follow-up to Spider-Man 3, I should say. Doing Spider-Man 4, Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire, and this is apparently on the heels of them, seeing again Sam Raimi work his magic and what he's doing with Doctor Strange. I guess pun intended there, but also having Tobey back on set as Spider-Man and all that. I mean, look, they know that film would be huge. Like, the nostalgia factor would drive it. The Spider-Man after the multiverse would drive it. It has that nostalgia feel where it doesn't matter what else happens, that will get the bulk of the hype. Sort of like how they're bringing Keaton back for Flashpoint. Everybody's excited for Keaton. Barely anybody's talking about the Flash in that movie. It's like, you know what?
Yeah.
You figured that one out. So it's, I mean,
Well, like the movies have now just become the comics, haven't they?
yeah.
They're just copying each other all over the place. In not so subtle ways, some in subtle ways. It's just like, yeah, we're gonna. This is where we are now. This is where the bubble pops.
Mm-hmm.
Maguire coming back, like, yeah, nah.
I mean, I say this with hatred incoming, I know. One, I don't know who this would be for other than member berries nostalgia, which, again, I would see it because, hell yeah, Sam Raimi back.
And... this is a Zack Snyder's Justice League situation.
Yeah. Let him do the movie he wanted to without us meddling like we did the first time, which I'm all for that. But on the other part of it, and this is a big one, I would rather get a TASM 3 and then make right with Mark Webb. I feel that universe got shafted and destroyed, and Andrew Garfield had so much potential, and I would have liked to see a streamlined version of that. And I feel like Spider-Man 3, where it ends, you're like, yeah, that ended. I'm good with that. TASM just cuts off. So it's like, if I could have literally, one or the other, I would take TASM. The whole
thing ends on a cut to black.
Yep. With him murdering Paul Giamatti, so...
Yeah. R.I.P. Giamatti.
It's... I'm very conflicted on this. Like, I would like to see it. But then, at the same time, here's the position we put ourselves in. They're not going to be shooting multiple Spider-Man movies at once. So, this would indefinitely then delay any other Spider-Man live-action project, whether it's a follow-up or a giant crossover for Sony, Spider-Verse, or whatever, unless their plan is, hey, look, while you take Spider-Man and put him into the next Avengers movie, we're over here
We'll take Spider-Man. And...
Exactly. Which, that way, I could see it making sense, because there's no way they sit out on Spider-Man, don't renew that deal, and have to start, because they have to start production on a new Spider-Man movie within like 2.5, 3 years. There's no way they sit on it, let it lapse, and go, whoops, we lost our moneymaker. Like,
No, there's no way it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how, if this is true, I don't know how I'd feel about it. I feel like the whole Keaton thing and Flashpoint is, and even if they're both in Spider-Man No Way Home, which is still going to have, we kind of all know it. I'm still going to put that if there.
Yeah.
Because you just don't know. But, I feel like having the old ones in a movie that's completely new is better than going, here's a revival of that franchise.
Yeah.
Like having Spider-Man 4, Spider-Man, it's not called 3, but, you've got another Spider-Man and do another TASM and whatever. It's like, it's just too much.
Mm-hmm.
It's way too much. But... And again, as you said, who's it for?
Yeah.
Like, yes, there's a vocal amount of people on Twitter, but the general audience going to give a crap? I don't think so.
Guess what we learned in the past week? A vocal amount of people on Twitter does not translate to clicks.
Yeah, you get beaten by Judas and the Black Messiah.
A movie that I didn't even know was a thing till it started to make the headlines. I was like, what the hell are people talking? Oh, okay, cool. So, I mean, That's a thing. Surely they gotta realize that. And, there is the old factor. Like, I have personally seen people be like, I don't want to watch those old movies. They don't care what they are. They're just like, we're not watching old movies. I'm like, but, all right, whatever, screw it. Like, it's...
I say people are like that out there. I know a couple.
Yep. I literally know people that have not seen, like, Star Wars movies besides, like, the prequels and the new ones. They're like, no, the old ones look too old. I'm like, huh. Interesting, but all right.
I mean, I get it. I can understand it.
Oh, yeah.
There's some games I won't play just because it looks too old. Some movies I won't watch because it's just too old. But it is what it is. Some people have that. Like, was it before my time on this earth? Then I don't care.
Yeah.
that was history. Like, I only want new stuff now.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like, I'd watch it. See where it goes. I grew up with the Spider-Man like a lot of people did, so I'd definitely watch it. But there'd be no excitement from me whatsoever for it.
No, because it's a sidestep. Like, it wouldn't further enhance
unless they went completely balls to the wall and they did a Renew Your Vows adaptation. And it's like, he's older, he's with MJ, they have a kid, focus more on the kid. Boy, if you do that, then yeah, it'd be cool. I'll be on board.
That will get some backlash, but then...
Oh, it would, but it would be the only way, at least for now, being 10 years later on, I think it's the only thing you can do.
But this is Sony. They'd be like, we need to do Old Man Parker. It's not even a thing. Do Old Man Parker. All right.
Yeah, that's true.
And they've seen the memes. They'd be like, no, he has to be Peter B. Parker. That's what they would make it. Like, his life is terrible, this and that, memes. He's still... We got to bring back Ditkovich so he can ask for rent when Peter Parker's 58 years old. Like, it would be a member berries slapstick. I just feel like they would, like, lean into the meme culture of it. I don't know why it's Sony. They already do it to a degree. I mean, remember...
I'd say the Venom marketing.
French
your
fries.
First when you have your last French fry. It's just like Sony. Why?
Yeah.
So cringy. Oh, nice. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. There's no skin off mine, though. It's one way or the other.
Yeah.
There's a lot of potential for it, but I can't see Raimi or Sony going in the direction that I'd personally wanted to, but I suppose that's just movies in general, really, isn't it? But...
Well, here's the thing. If it comes down to Sony and Disney sitting at a table with Raimi, and he has to choose which company he's working on the next comic book film with, he's going with Disney.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Like, it's not just because, he hates Spider-Man now, or, look, Sony will pull the rug underneath you faster than Disney. Sony already did it right the day they started shooting Spider-Man 4. They pulled it out from underneath him because they were already literally started on that. There's way old set photos on message boards that you can still find of like this like water tank on, and it's old photos, but they started production on it right as they canceled it. And you're with Disney and you realize they have 20th Century. They have other outlets where you can guarantee yourself other projects while you do this. Sony, what's Sony going to offer you? An original picture for Crackle? Yeah, no thanks. Like,
yeah.
It's
yeah, I think Sony, this might not even be a thing that actually happens. It's just apparently an idea that they're up for. Because, of course, right now, Sony is just a Spider-Man movie machine.
No, that's all they are.
So, Uncharted was really bad. Well, what can we do? Not that we've seen anything from Uncharted, but I think it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
So, Spider-Man and Jumanji, the two old reliables at Sony.
Yeah.
And even then, I'm pretty certain Jumanji's got a shelf life and it's coming quick.
It seems like the second movie already sort of took a dip, so... Yeah.
And I really like the second movie
Same.
as well.
Same.
It's just like, this is very much the same movie. Can we pull it off a third time? Let's find out.
Yeah. Okay, technically third, but second in this new reboot.
Yeah,
people get what I'm saying.
I mean, you could say it'll be fourth, fifth, because what was that Space Jumanji movie called?
Well,
Game with a Z.
I don't
Zariah or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't
Yeah.
remember it. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, that was a kind of a sequel to Jumanji because it was in the same universe. So hey,
Huh.
gone from Spider-Man 4 to the Jumanji verse. Zathura, that's the one. Thanks, chat. Thanks, chat.
Also, here's how they do it, right? They got to bring in The Rock into Spider-Man 4. He's clearly going to play a Rhino.
Wouldn't he be Sandman? Because rocks, sand.
Sony's not aware of that connection.
What's geology?
This is Sony. They're like, Johnson, huh? Dwayne, huh? You're the Vulture. Wait, what?
I mean, I'd watch The Rock do Vulture. I think that'd be hilarious.
Oh, God. Just this giant mass of steroid-infused muscle flying through the sky, chewing the scenery in that same, like, beige, sweaty shirt he wears in every movie.
Oh, God. The archaeologist shirt.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I need this now. That actually sounds pretty entertaining. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll be down. But do they do the original Spider-Man 4? Is that, or do you just tweak that slightly to be like 10 years later? I say 10 years. It'd be like more like 13, 20.
I would say you probably tweak it. Like you would have to, I think, right? Like you can't open up like a little time has gone by because we're gonna take one look at Tobey Maguire being like, oh my God, how is he being reanimated into life?
He's so old.
It's essentially going to turn into like Evil Dead 3 at that point, you know? Like, yeah. It's like, dude, he's a walking carcass at this point. Like, did you use the Necronomicon to bring him on set? I don't know at this point.
Let's give him a couple of martinis. Hey, Leo's here. Hey.
Oh, well, that's a... Leo's here to keep you in check, Toby.
He's the one with the Oscar. You listen to him.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know. Like,
but what was the original Spider-Man 4 about?
So
I know it had Vulture.
The Vulture revealed that he had a daughter who was Felicia Hardy, who was actually the Vulturess, not the Black Cat. And it was going to have Sony mandated, of course. It was going to introduce Carnage.
Oh, yeah.
Beyond that, it's just a lot of hearsay and ideas, but nothing ever materialized. Mysterio was going to make an appearance in it, played by Bruce Campbell.
Mm.
Yeah, so it was going to be a one-villain movie, specifically. That's what they were saying. Like, Vulture was going to be primary. His daughter, the Vultress, was going to be like, oh, his right hand. And then Carnage somehow involved. I'm guessing, look, we found leftover goop, and we try to do something with it. Oh, it's red at the end of the movie. Like, probably something like that. But yeah, it seemed like it was more back to basics. You know, not so Spider-Man 3.
You mean back to formula? Someone had to say it, and someone was gonna say it.
Yeah. Well, that is true, though.
But yeah, that sounds horrendous. I don't want that. Yeah.
No, same. I don't want a... Well,
do a renew your vows. Just make everyone happy. Do it that way.
Or how about this? Sony, because I know you're stupid and you don't get the connection here, but here's the thing. Hopefully that person from Sony or those people from Sony are listening to this. Take Spider-Man 4 and set it about 20 years after. Peter's got a daughter. He's married and all that. Then you scrap everything you've done with Kraven's Last Hunt and make a Spider-Man 4 Kraven's Last Hunt.
Oh, yeah.
That way we got a story about two men who have hit their age limit. They want one big thing. Peter has had enough of this. Kraven is like, this is my ultimate job. This is going to be my last hunt. There you go. 2 birds, 1 stone, and we never get Kraven as a standalone. It's literally the best way to do it.
Say, just doing Old Man Logan, but for Parker.
Yep.
Just call it Peter.
That'd actually be really good.
We'll just call it Parker, whatever it is.
Parker, Kraven's Last Hunt. Like, that could be... Yeah. Honestly, see, that movie would interest me because it's like, oh, man, 2 grizzled old dudes who have just seen everything just going at it. Yeah. be.
Old angry man, Tobey Maguire. He's just drunk on the set and they just filmed it. That's what it is.
Oh.
He's having one of his moments.
I said I didn't want to work Tuesday nights. They have free martinis down the street. True story. It's one of the reasons Spider-Man 3 stopped production. He was mandating he doesn't work like certain nights of certain days because of like, it was ridiculous.
See, anyone else did that, they'd get absolutely slammed on. But oh no, Toby's the best thing to ever happen to things. It's just like, come on.
Yeah, come on, guys. Come on.